All right, welcome to this part of the training. In this section, I'm going to show us how to generate your book content using Chatgpt. And we'll start by generating a table of content, and then we start generating chapter one, chapter two, down to the last chapter. So, in our previous video, the book we are writing on is anti-inflammatory diet cookbook for beginners, simple everyday recipes with a step-by-step meal plan to begin to help beginners reduce inflammation naturally. So in this book title and subtitle, we are focusing on anti-inflammatory diet for beginners. And one of the most important thing there is that we want to write a book on everyday recipe, and a step-by-step meal plan. So meal plan is very important. So we are going to work on the meal plan, and then what else? To help beginners reduce inflammation. Okay, the focus is a step-by-step meal plan that will help beginners reduce inflammation. So let's start by prompting our chat. All right, so chat will just respond. And all right, so I'm going to give chat this. So I want to write the best-selling book, and let's see what chat is going to say. Okay, the best-selling book usually succeed because it combines great recipe, a clear theme, and a strong audience. Here's a practical roadmap you can follow. So I already know what I want to do, so I'll just continue with the chat. So the title of my book is, so let's see what chat is going to give us here. So I'll put the title of my book here, and I think I have it here already. So this is the title of the book we are working on. So the title of my book is Anti-Inflammatory Diet Cookbook for Beginners, simple everyday recipes with a step-by-step meal plan to help beginners inflammation naturally. So could you please generate a 10 chapter bestseller outline for my book? So for you, if you want to write on 15 chapters, if you want to write on 5 chapters, if you want to write on whatever number of chapters, but just have it in mind that if you want to publish paperback on Amazon, you must have up to 75 pages. So I'm going to be using 10 chapters for this training. So Chad is going to come up with a 10 chapter bestseller outlines for my book. So your title already targets a clear audience. So as you can see, during the keyword research, I mentioned something. We have a targeted audience, a clear audience, the beginners, and a clear benefit to reduce inflammation naturally. And then we here it says below the 10 below is is a strong 10 chapter outline. So an outline. All right, so we have our chapter one here, understanding inflammation and your health. So you need to understand what you are buying this book for. What is inflammation? What inflammation is and why it happens, the difference between acute and chronic inflammation. Now you know the type of inflammation. In case you don't even have an idea of what this anti-inflammatory diet food book is all about. So there's something called acute inflammation. There's something called chronic inflammation. How diet affects inflammation, symptoms linked to chronic inflammation, how food can support healing. So we have all of these. So related conditions often linked to inflammation include, so take note of this as well, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and arthritis. And then we have our chapter 2, the basic of anti-inflammatory diet. Chapter 3, build with your anti-inflammatory kitchen. All right. And breakfast recipe to start your day. Now, you see this chapter 4, this is where your work really starts from. Your work starts here because they are buying this book to get recipes on the kind or what type of food to eat. You understand? So you need to be very careful from chapter 4, the recipes to start your day, and then nourishing and inflammatory lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But looking at the table of content, we don't have enough recipes. Okay, we have snacks here, we have smoothies, and chapter 9, 21. Then the meal plan for 21 days is here. So the meal plan is listed there already in chapter 9. We'll work on it. Weekly shopping list, daily, and the like. So chapter 10, maintaining an anti-inflammatory lifestyle. And there's a bonus section here already, highly recommended for business. So a 4 week ingredient guide solution. So if we are adding a bonus, we will. If we are not adding a bonus, then we are good. We are also good to go. So it's not compulsory that you add a bonus, but we add bonus so that customers can get the best from us. You understand, and patronize us next time. People love free things. So now we have a table of content, and for you, if you book that you want to write, if you feel that the table of content is not good enough for you, then you can go ahead and prompt chat and tell chat to maybe expand the table of content, or maybe add more recipes to the table of content and the like. So for the sake of this training, I'm going to move to the first chapter 1, understand inflammation, your health. Okay, and also there should be an introduction. So let me just prompt chat and add an introduction to the table of content, or just say please add an introduction to the table of content before chapter 1. Let me see what. Okay, so divided by content. Okay, now we have the introduction, my journey, describing diet, why this cookbook was created, how chronic inflammation affects your body. So these are very important informations. And chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Okay, without wasting much of our time, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy the whole of this bonus. I'm going to work on it later. I'm going to edit it. So for this training, we are going to be making use of Microsoft Word for our editing. So I'll open my Word file. So I have the table of content in my Word file now, and the next thing I want to do is uh, work on the introduction, and then we work on chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. So I have already made prompt for the introduction, and the prompt is, let me copy the prompt for us from my file. So here is the prompt. It says, follow these steps to nail your introduction. Follow these steps to nail your introduction. And looking at introduction, the prompt I have and what chat gave, I think there's something similar. It says identify the problem. Identify the problem, how chronic inflammation affects your body, how this cookbook helps you remove health. So identify problem, present the solution, how this book will help you. Is a solution. Yeah, present the solution, how it will help you, assert your credibility, you understand, how to use this cookbook effectively, show them benefits, like what to expect from the recipes and meal plan, show them benefits, give them a proof, warn them against waiting, you understand. So all of this put together, after once the customer reads your introduction, or the buyer reads your introduction online there, they will be triggered to want to purchase your book. So your introduction needs to be very captivating, so that the audience or the customers would fall in love with that book, you understand, and see the reason to buy it. And at the same time, this is one of the things I love most about this prompt. It says warn them against waiting. So let me send this to, I'll click the command button, and the content AI is generating for you. Read through them and be sure that what AI is giving you is correct. And unless you want to outsource from online. You can go to Wikipedia, you can go to Google and do your research on anti-inflammatory diet. One way to get your content outside using AI to generate or using AI to modify or edit your content. So go to the Google and search problems with for example, you can search for anti-inflammatory diet, the country that is most affected, or where the country that most anti-inflammatory diet patients are, you understand, and the origin, you understand, at least someone came up with those diets. So the origin, how it started, and who the diet is meant for. And just like that, just search for different things online and bring them together. Then you can come here and give it to chat and tell chat to generate an introduction for you with your research that you have made online. The hidden problem affecting millions. Many people wake up every day feeling tired, understand, stiff necked and everything. So we are going to, for this is okay, but I want it in an essay format. If you did like, I can also help you with a powerful author page which increase cookbook sale, 100 anti-inflammatory recipe for the cookbook, a full 21-day meal plan. You understand? So all of this we are still going to do. Yes. If you read through chronic fatigue, joint discomfort, digestive issues, and persistent aches. So here I see what Chad is doing. Here it says inside this book, you will discover everyday meals that are both flavorful and nourishing. Like, so let's copy this. Like I said, make sure you go through what you are getting from chat. But I don't want this training to be too long. This is the table of content here. So I'll paste this one here. We'll come back and do the editing. So that is for the introduction. So this is the prompt for introduction. So you can copy or type this somewhere in your notepad. So if you want to generate your chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, so there's another prompt for that. And okay, here is the prompt to generate your chapter. So ChatGPT is going to follow this instruction closely when generating your chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. So this is it. In your content. So all you just have to do now is go back to your table of content and copy your chapter 1. This is the table of content we generated. Copy your chapter 1. Copy your chapter 1. You can paste it at the top. You can paste it under it. So let me paste it at the beginning of all. Okay. Command button and the difference between acute and chronic inflammation. You understand? This was listed in the table of content, and now Chad is explaining the difference and signs your body may be experiencing chronic inflammation, how diet influences inflammation, like that. So once you have your table of content ready, you have the prompt to start writing, generating with chat. And if you read the content that chat is generating for you and you are not pleased with it, maybe you've made your research and you notice some things that chat is not including in the content, you can prompt chat to make adjustment. Just feel free. Please make sure you read and you understand the topic you are writing on, anti-inflammation, very well, and even know and even be also be able to identify the sickness. In my chapter 1, so and I'll use this same prompt. So if you want to generate your chapter 2, you repeat the same process. This same prompt, you can just edit it. And let me copy chapter 2 first. Just copy your chapter 2 like this. Come back to the prompt. You can, okay, it is not editable. V, copy your prompt, paste it under, and hit the command button again, and just like that, chat to generate your content for chapter 2.